Hi, let us see what are all the date functions which we have in SQL Server. So these five are the commonly used date functions. Those are year, month, date, name, day, and each date. Let us see each one with example. So first one is year. Year returns the year number for the given date. We can see in the example, right? So we are passing get date on year function. It returns the current date year. Okay, the second one we are passing some default date, so it returns the year number for that specific date. Okay, so the next one is month returns the month number for the given date. Here the same thing, we are also capturing the month number for the current date and as well as some other date. So it returns the fifth if the date is 5th 31st 2018. Similarly you can pass any date. And the next one is day function. Day function returns the day number on the given day. Here we are passing get date on the date function. It returns the current day, and the second one is some default date. So the date which we used is 28th June 2012, so obviously it returns 28th. And next one is is date function. So is date function check whether the given date is whether the given thing is date or not. It returns the boolean value. If you can see in the example, right, the first one we are passing SQL queries. Is date of SQL returns 0 because this is not the date. And the second one is is date of get date. It returns 1 because the get date is the date, so it tells us true. And the last one is we are passing date with the timestamp and it returns 1. And one more thing keep in mind here, like when you are passing date to it returns 0 because for date to format it returns 0. It's not considered as a date. And date name function. So date name function returns the single value. uh, Here we'll see the list of date functions with the practical examples. So we can see the table here, right? So we have a date part name and associated short name, so you can easily remember the short names if you can go through once. And same thing, so if you can see here the practical example, so what date name of a certain date function, certain date returns. So here date name of date returns the specific date number on the given date. So the beauty of this function is you can pass any parameter text, like if you pass day it returns the day number, if you pass weekday it returns the week date name, and if you pass month it returns the month on the specific date. Okay, so this is how it works. You can pass any parameter value, date or weekday or month or year. And let us see a practical example, like consider this table. This table we have id, name and date of birth. To get this particular output, name, date of birth, day name, month number, month name and year, our query something look like this one. Select name, date of birth, date name of weekday, date of birth as day, and month of date of birth we have to take to display the month number, and date name function to returns the month name, and year function to return the specific year. So if you can observe this table, right, first two columns are straightforward, name and date of birth, and our calculation starts from the next column, date name, month number, month name and year. You know all the functions how to return this value, so our query is going to look like this. So now let us see the practical example how we are going to use the date functions. So these are commonly asked interview questions. Let us see one by one. The first one is how to write a SQL query to get all people born on a specific day. It's a very simple query. What you are going to do here is like you're going to capture a name and date of birth, cast of date of birth as a date, and in a where class you're going to compare that table column value with the given date. So one more thing here, keep in mind, like we are using cast function. The reason is uh, the current date uses the timestamp, right? So we need to ignore that. So for that we are using cast function. The result would be 2019 10 9, because this is the given date, right? So we have only one record, we have displayed that. And the second query is how to write a SQL query to get all people born between two different dates. It is also the same query, only where class different. In the where class we are going to use the between operator, uh, two different dates, right? So we are going to use the first date and between the second date. Here also we are using the cast function to convert timestamp to the date format. So we have two records we have displayed here. And the next query is how to write a SQL query to get all people born on the same day and month excluding the year. So here we are excluding the year. We are going to get the records where month number and the day is same. So for that we are going to write this query in a where class to capture the date name, where we are using the date function. To capture the month number we are using the month function. Okay, two things here, date function day function and a month function. We are comparing the value with the given day and month. So we have two records here, we have displayed that. So next query is how to write a SQL query to get all people whose birth year is the same. It is pretty straightforward. We have one year number, so we are going to use that year number in the where class. Remaining part is same. You're going to take the name, date of birth, and cast of date of birth. You know that. And in the where class, you are going to use year of date of birth as the given year, so it returns the people whose birth year is the same. And the next query is how to write a SQL query to get all people born on the yesterday, right? So if we can observe this our workaround here, right? Select the get date. What get date will give? It gives the date along with the timestamp. As I said, to avoid the timestamp we are using this cast function. First we are converting that date into the date time format to the date format, and then we are going to use that in the date function. So our query is something like below. Select date add day minus 1, because we are going to capture the yesterday record, right? Yeah, we are using day. If you are going for a 1 month back, you have to use a month here. 1 year back, you have to use a year. So you can use a date add function for all these areas: day, month, year. So here we are going for 1 day back, so that is the reason we are using day minus 1. Yeah, in the where class you are taking that cast of date equal to day of minus 1, get date from the current date. You are comparing the table column date with the yesterday date, day minus 1, so that returns the yesterday date. So we have only one record, so we have displayed here. So if we can observe in the table, right, 2025 12. So this article was prepared on that day, so that is the reason the current date for this particular example is 13th May 2020. So that is the reason you see a record 2025 12. So next query is how to write a SQL query to get all people born tomorrow. It doesn't make sense, but still we can write a query for this. for date minus 1. So the previous day we have given minus 1. For tomorrow we are going to give 1. That is only the difference. So we have only one record, so that's that record we are going to capture here. So next query is how to write a SQL query to get all people born between yesterday and today. It is also very simple. Yesterday and today. Yesterday means minus 1, and today is the current date. Cast of current date and day minus 1. You know this. So we have only two records. We'll capture that one. And next one is how to write a query to capture all people born last 7 days excluding current date. So excluding current date means the day minus 1. So we are going to consider yesterday and the last 7 days. It means minus 7 and minus 1. You can see in the where class, right? The only where class is different. Everything is pretty simple. Uh, so we have only one record, so we have displayed that. So I hope this video is useful to you.